Now that we have covered one method of window installation and an overview of certain considerations, let's review another option for window installation, the Airtight drywall air barrier method. Remember that it's important to follow manufacturer recommendations. Step 1. Complete the rough framing for the window opening. Step 2. Ensure adequate space is provided between the rough framing and the window to accommodate sealants between the window and the rough opening, and to facilitate drainage of the subsill region. Step 3. Apply compatible sealant to framing connections between the subsill and the jamb, as well as the framing connections where the jamb meets the head. Step 4. Install a stripping ply of sheathing membrane. Step 5. Install a waterproof membrane to the subsill continuous up the jamb of the rough framing. Step 6. Install a vertical section of waterproof membrane up the jamb of the rough framing. Step 7. Install a compatible sealant to the jambs in the waterproof membrane with particular attention to the waterproofing of the jamb and sill transition. Apply a continuous bead of compatible sealant to the jambs and head of the window openings as shown to provide an airtight seal between the sheathing membrane and the rough opening. Step 8. Install a back wrap of sheathing membrane into the jambs of the rough opening. Step 9. Install a back wrap of sheathing membrane into the head of the rough opening. Step 10. Install treated wood strapping at the perimeter of the jambs and head of the window rough opening. Step 11. Install treated wood strapping and shims onto the sill. If wood furring is not used, an alternative method of draining the window subsill is required. The corners must be left open for drainage. Step 12. Install the window using corrosion-protected fasteners in accordance with the manufacturer's instructions. Step 13. Install the head flashing with a minimum of 25 mm end dam. Step 14. Complete the installation of the sheathing membrane. Step 15. In regions where a capillary break behind the cladding is required, install treated wood strapping and mesh to protect the cavity at the flashing opening. Step 16. Install the selected cladding using corrosion-protected fasteners. Step 17. Complete the installation of the selected cladding. Step 18. Apply compatible sealants around the end dam of the head flashing and between the window and the cladding. Step 19. Install closed-cell polyethylene backer rod between the window and the rough framing at the head and jambs. Step 20. Apply compatible sealant around the entire perimeter of the window. The seal is the required continuation of the second plane of protection, as well as the continuation of the air barrier into the window assembly. Step 21. Complete the installation of the selected insulation. Step 22. Apply the acoustic sealant to the perimeter of the rough framing. This is also a continuation of the air barrier. Step 23. Install the sealed polyethylene air barrier and vapor barrier. Apply fasteners through the acoustic sealant to ensure an airtight seal is achieved after the installation of the drywall and finishes. Step 24. Install the drywall. Step 25. Install the drywall returns into the window jambs and head. Install the window sill. Step 26. Apply the finishes to the interior. You may have to install a polyethylene vapor barrier, a vapor barrier primer, or a vapor barrier paint if you installed a gasket instead of an acoustic sealant.